It's hard to believe that I stood on this stage or one similar to it some 40 years ago, just relieved that I had finished, and wondering, was I going to be drafted in a few short months? Fortunately, that didn't happen, and I was able to begin my long career in education. Growing up in Inez, Kentucky, the mere idea of going to college was a path that few chose, and even fewer had a reasonable opportunity to do so. Somehow, I just knew that education would lead to a better future. Morehead State University was the ideal place for a scared kid who had not seen much outside that area. I found a very caring environment, including faculty who took a personal interest, and administrators who always had time to talk, offer a few encouraging words, some advice, and guidance. My life and my thought process was immensely changed by my membership and serving as the president of my college fraternity. It taught me how to bring a group of diverse individuals together that had a lot of different ideals and priorities and get them to work into a cohesive team to achieve common goals. Several of them are here today, and they remain very special in my life, including Dwayne Hawkins, my best friend for 43 years. Along the path of life, I came to believe that we are who we are by those that we surround ourselves with and how we impact their lives. I've been truly fortunate to have many wonderful, loyal, dedicated employees and friends, again, a number of which are present today. Thank you for your love and trust. I hope I've affected your life in some good way. I feel privileged to have enjoyed my entire career helping others learn and grow. Fortunately, that's led to financial security and success. But I think what truly defines us as individuals is not how much treasure we accumulate, it's what we do with it and helping the world be a better place for those that follow us. I hope I have and will continue to do so. Thank you, Morehead State University, for all you did for me. Good health and good wishes to all. Thank you.
President Andrews, Provost Hughes, Dean McNeil, members of the Board of Regents, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, fellow graduates. I'm honored to be your student speaker at today's commencement ceremony. When I learned that I would be the speaker for our graduation, the first thing that came to mind was, what am I going to say? I was offered many suggestions on what to say in my speech. Most people said, keep it short. Some friends told me to be funny. Some faculty told me to be a little serious. One friend even suggested I compare my 4 years here at Morehead State University to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I decided maybe a little bit of everything would be best, besides the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Sorry, Adrian. As I stand before you today, I am nervous about this speech and about what is to come after graduation. However, I also stand here confident. I'm confident in the love of my family and their unwavering support that has guided me all my life, and in the friends I've made over these past 4 years, relationships that will continue throughout my lifetime. I am confident in my fellow graduates, assured that we are leaving this institution ready to become leaders in all aspects of our lives. I also stand here confident in myself. I most certainly do not know everything, nor do I have every detail of my life figured out. But I am confident in the quality education that I've received at Morehead State University. I believe that it has prepared me to contribute to my community and will help me do great things. We will leave college with a greater understanding of ourselves, others, and how we make an impact on our surroundings. College has exposed us to ideas, beliefs, and cultural experiences we may have never encountered otherwise, and has afforded us the ability to take the perspective of another to consider issues from a different view. We have acquired the skill of discernment, of questioning much of what we read, see, and hear, And in the coming years, it will be our problem-solving skills that will most likely be most important, helping us to manage the hardships we will face and deal with the challenges that lie ahead in the real world that awaits us outside these doors. I would like to thank the entire faculty and staff at Morehead State University. Without the help and guidance from my faculty mentors, I would not have driven hundreds, probably thousands of miles to present at numerous psychological research conferences over the past 2.5 years. Without these leadership experiences, I would not have been able to make it up to the podium today, let alone speak to you coherently. I would like to thank my friends who have made this past 4 years not just bearable, but some of the best experiences in my life so far. Lastly, but most importantly, I would like to thank my family, whose belief in me and in my abilities led me to college in the first place. I especially want to thank my mom and dad for always trusting in me, never judging me, and always pushing me to do my best, but not into a career that I did not want. I would like to end today with a quote attributed to Mahatma Gandhi. "We must be the change in the world we wish to see." To me, this means as you integrate into the real world of jobs, graduate school, and taxes, do not stand idly by watching for what you want to see occur. Instead, be proactive. That is what we have discovered here at MSU, our great potential for leadership. So go out into the world with confidence in your leadership ability and be the change in the world you wish to see. Congratulations, fellow graduates, and good luck.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates, friends, family, faculty, and distinguished guests. I'm honored to stand before you on this auspicious occasion. I would like to begin by congratulating our graduating class. We made it. We are about to join the 6.7% of the world's population that has earned a college degree. While we let that statistic sink in, I would like to take time on behalf of the graduating class to thank the parents, grandparents, and friends for the support and sacrifices that have made this day possible for each of us. I would also like to thank the administration of Morehead State University, and especially say to every faculty member who challenged, encouraged, inspired, and guided the students of this class, thank you. When I found out that I had been selected to speak for commencement, I was initially excited. Then the reality of the situation came into focus. What was I going to say to my peers that they haven't already heard? I wanted to give my fellow graduates some concepts and ideas to take into the future, but hopefully avoid much of the cliche commencement speech highlight reel that is too often replayed. We have all anticipated commencement day since first driving onto campus as nervous and excited freshmen. Once we sat in traffic and finally reached our residence halls, our cars were bombarded by strangers, football players, cheerleaders, band members, and Greeks who took all of our belongings and carried them up to our new homes. After partying with our parents and family, we attended that grueling orientation weekend full of eclectic presentations and informative seminars. This is how the journey began. We were on our own. This freedom was a new concept for many of us. Some thrived in this new environment, while others suffered, trying to adapt to living, doing laundry, and attending class with no one there to remind them of their responsibilities. Regardless of our initial experience with this notion of freedom, we eventually figured it out. As time passed, we found that we were not entirely on our own. Our professors were always a call or email away, willing to help us with a problem or an assignment. Faculty members were there when we needed them, and a significant portion of our success is indebted to them. From my first exciting football game, where I played and sang the alma mater with the football team as a marching band member, to the last bittersweet game when I realized my time at MSU was quickly coming to a close, I knew that my experience at Morehead State University had been extraordinary. Each department works together to provide the best possible experience for their students. Going above and beyond the academic standard and displaying a passion for teaching and learning is the norm at MSU. Even the general education courses, which I dreaded, ended up being a great experience. My professors taught me to take interest in their disciplines and respect the importance of their specific fields of study. I believe I gained a conceptual understanding of the information in my general education courses. The professors not only taught their disciplines, but when applicable, showed how their disciplines could relate to others. This method of instruction and dedication to excellence is one of the many reasons why we are so fortunate to have attended Morehead State University. We have all completed our capstone projects, senior recitals, internships, and now sit here awaiting our diplomas, perhaps thinking, now what? The poem, "The Road Not Taken," has been very special to me on my personal journey. This and 6 other poems by Robert Frost make up the Frostiana series, a collection of poems set to choral music by Randall Thompson. I had the opportunity to sing Randall Thompson's choral setting of "The Road Not Taken" in my high school choir. It is so moving to perform a great piece of music and perform it with excellence, and the students get to experience the inspiration and importance of the arts in an educational setting. The Undergraduate Research and Creative Fellowship Program at Morehead State University has given me the opportunity to share these experiences with my classmates, professors, and even area high school students. As a musician and educator, I want to be able to provide these timeless and priceless opportunities to the next generation of students. The arts create a universal language that has the ability to unite the world in which we live and weave a deep connection through each and every one of us. So many factors of contemporary life pull us further and further away from the concepts of unification and cohesion. The arts help us conceptualize this idea of inclusion and are paramount to understanding the complex global society in which we live. Without the arts, we lose the aesthetics that provide a context through which to perceive our common experience as human beings. We have the ability to create a society that values this artistic expression. To provide guidance for the journey ahead, I would like to read "The Road Not Taken," a poem by Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for the passing there, had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Choices are inevitable. This poem does not moralize the choice to take a road less traveled by, but simply reminds the reader that a person will not know what a specific choice will hold until he or she has lived that choice. For every decision we make at a crossroads, we leave one path behind. The values, principles, and beliefs that we use to guide our decisions make all the difference. Due to the education and experiences provided at Morehead State University, we have the ability to construct our own paths on which to walk. If we allow our values, principles, and beliefs to guide us, we are never truly lost. I hope that we will be a generation that does not sway or waver in the storms to come, but instead triumphs by staying true to the paths we have chosen. Do not become content with your accomplishments. Instead, I urge you to keep learning and growing. Some of us will go on to higher education, others will go directly into the workforce, but we will all continue learning on our lifelong journey. As the English poet Samuel Johnson once said, happiness is not a state to arrive at, but rather a manner of traveling. In closing, I would like to thank the faculty and students of the Department of Music, Theater, and Dance, specifically Dr. Richard Miles, Dr. Susan Cressip, and Dr. Stacy Baker for their extensive dedication to my education at Morehead State University. Personally, I would like to thank my mother, and on behalf of the rest of the graduates, all the other parents in this ceremony, for your unwavering support and dedication to your children's education. Graduates, congratulations. Your hard work has not been in vain. The education we received at Morehead State University is a gateway to successful, rewarding, and meaningful careers and lives. Look at how much of a difference your education has made in your journey already. The potential of this group of graduates to impact the world we live in is immense. The individual choices that we make and our hard work and dedication to excellence will make all the difference. As the Green Bay Packers' famed football coach Vince Lombardi once said to his team, "The dictionary is the only place where success comes before work." Hard work is the price we must pay for success. I think you can accomplish anything if you are willing to pay the price. Enjoy the next leg of your journey. Thank you, and congratulations.